Hi, my name is Valentino Megale, and this is RBS Innovation Bites. Welcome to this new episode. And first of all, Happy New Year. This is our first video appeal of 2025. So, this time we are going to focus on coding. And in most of cases, coding looks like something difficult to approach, like really like learning another language, like a foreign language. And that is true. But at the same time, today, thanks to large language models, to ChatGPT and many others, it is a little bit easier to start approaching this world and also achieve the outputs traditionally expected from coding, like creating an application, a mobile application, a web app, or any other kind of software that we can use to simplify any kind of workflow, to manage a process, to do something on our computers and our electronic devices. But today we are not going to collaborate with ChatGPT. Today I want to showcase you, to share with you another tool, one of the best platforms out there, which is actually also a competitor of ChatGPT and OpenAI. We are going to check Claude. So let's start with presenting a little bit Claude. Claude or Claude AI is the AI user interface, we can say the chatbot user interface of another company, which is called Anthropic. Anthropic has been founded by former OpenAI developers and key members and researchers who decided to create another company to create and promote responsible research on artificial intelligence. They're very focused on the ethical part of artificial intelligence, and that is a great point. But side to that, if you visit the website, you can sign up, you can register, you can start using for free very interesting features provided by Claude. So first of all, let's start very simple. Here you can find a QR code. Scan it with your smartphone, and there you will be redirected to the website of Anthropic and Claude. There, mainly from the computer, but if you want also from the smartphone, register. Sign it with your email, Gmail, or any other kind of email, and create your profile. Once you created a profile, exactly as I did, this will be more or less the core of the user interface that you will find in the platform. So you will find, as always, a window when you can type, where you can write anything, the traditional prompt, and so far you can also select the style, and you can even create a style for the output. But this is another detail that maybe we are going to cover in future video appeals. The most important thing here is what you can do with Claude. You can do many things that you already can do with ChatGPT, but recently Claude also enabled the so-called artifacts. What you need to do before to execute what I'm going to share with you, first you need to go in the down part of the web page, click on settings, and in the settings, you need to enable the artifacts feature, the first one that you can also see in the slides. What is an artifact? Let's see it in practice. When you will start writing to Claude, you will just write the prompt, you will just discuss, converse with Claude, and in the artifact mode, which will be once enabled, it will be we can say included in all of your conversations. It's up to Claude to actually start the artifact mode. You will see a double window. Okay, on the left, you can discuss and talk with Claude. On the right, you will see this kind of Canva. And actually, ChatGPT started also working on something similar, but still not exactly like that. You will see this white Canva where Claude renders the resulting output of your discussions. So if you're asking to the system to analyze something, to visualize some data, or to create an application, or to create even a user interface, the final result will be showcases and rendered graphically on the right so that you can see the result. But what is important is that this is another example. I was asking Claude to create a game, a dice game in Python. You see, there is a discussion on the left, and on the right, you see the resulting code. But focus on one thing. Go down on the right. Down on the right, you see three options. The very first one is the copy option, something that you probably are familiar with also after the experience with ChatGPT. You can copy the content, so the code, for example. Next to it, you can find the download feature. This is very important because it means that you can create an application and you can download it, for example, as a Python software, as a Python file. We will see an example right after. And then you also find a a third feature, a third option, which is publish. So publish gives you the opportunity to share publicly your application, your code, your work, so that other people can potentially tinker with that, starting from what you created, and continue evolving a little bit the final application. But this is something that we will cover in future video appeals. This gives you even more capabilities to collaborate with other people. But let's start with the first one. Okay, imagine that you want to conduct a sentiment analysis on a text. All right, cool. I write to Claude, hey, Claude, develop a sentiment analysis web app including the following feature. So a file upload capability, a text input area, an overall sentiment score, a positive and negative word clouds, and other features. Okay, this really depends on you. If you have in mind what do you want, you can chat with the system. You can even evolve a little bit these features just by chatting with Claude, asking what do you think should be there? What do you suggest? Okay, remember that prompting is an iterative and discovery stage. Okay, once I provide this prompt and I click enter and play, well, at the end, in a couple of seconds, Claude will generate in the Canva area the resulting interface. This is a sentiment analysis application. What you can find here, there is a window, and there is also an upload file button. That means that you can potentially click on it. You are redirected in a window that is connected to your computer, and you can upload, for example, a CSV file, or you can upload a text file. In this case, I had a text file containing a short extract from an interview to Bill Gates about his relationship with Apple. All right, so I uploaded it, and after clicking, the system starts conducting a sentiment analysis. And you can find the first window. I needed to break it down, okay, in several slides, but imagine that you have the right part, the Canva, with several windows, one after the other. The first one analyzes the overall sentiment score from -1 to 1, meaning from negative to positive, total words, and the average sentence length. But there is another important thing. Look at here. There is a following part dedicated to the sentence level analysis. Literally, the system divides the text into each sentence and analyzes is it positive or negative, and it also uses some color codes. And at the end, you find another part, which is the number and the specific word, which is positive or negative, and then also a time series analyzing how the sentiment is changing in time. All of this is running and it is visualized in the right part of Claude, in the Canva. But I was looking at that and I said, okay, positive words, and it's okay, but no negative words there. But when I was looking on the left part, I saw so many red sentences. So I asked to Claude, something is not working here, in my opinion. Look at this. No negative words, so many negative sentences here. There is something strange here. So you can really chat with the system, okay? If you are not convinced about something, so the system actually started rethinking the code, rewrote the code, and generated another output. And this is a new output. So another kind of interface. What you can see also is another kind of color code. So negative is red, neutral is yellow, and positive is green. Wow, now it's working. Positive words, negative words, also the number, the type. And in the time series, it's clearer. It's richer in information. You can select, and you can even move on each point, and you can understand what is the highlighted word, and if it is positive or negative. You can really follow the entire sentences. Now it's working, and now it's quite convincing. All of this is like having a web application entirely running in the Canva of the artifact mode of Claude. Um, what is important here? I wanted to highlight this kind of change because whatever the system is creating for you, your human oversight still needs to be there. You need to maintain your critical approach to these tools. Even if the tools are creating easily some code, you need to always check it and see, okay, is it correct? Is it logic? Everything is working fine as expected. If not, the simplicity in this case is that you don't need to rewrite code. You just need to talk with Claude. Claude will understand and generate an application, an output that now is working. So it's just a matter of conversation. It's just a matter of writing down the right message to the system. Okay, but now I want to level up and make it a little bit more challenging. Okay, hey Claude, I have many tasks to complete. And what about developing in Python? It's a specific programming language, a to do list app for my daily task management. Okay, what to do? I want to add you some hints here. Okay, don't be scared. First, if you want to develop something in Python, this is important because before your code was running in the browser. But if you want to create an application that you can download and you can run on your desktop, on your computer, that means that you can share it also with other people, that you can reuse it many times on your computer without going online. Well, in this case, you need to have Python on your computer. So don't take it for granted. If you want, scan the QR code. You will be redirected to the page when you can download Python. Only 4 clicks. Look at here. Click on download the latest version of Python. You will see this output window. In that window, first click in the down part on add python.x to path. This will simplify everything, okay? After clicking on that, you can click on install now. So there will be an installation process. Be confident and just complete it, and then Python will be installed. After that, okay, let's go back to our discussion with Claude. So Claude generated code. It's the Python code for a to-do list application. But it was still like a black and white old style application, okay, like the command line style of an application. And I asked the system, hey Claude, well, what about using a modern graphical user interface? So he started writing down, and he generated actually the final code. But look at here, look on the right, on the left part. On the left part, at the end of the discussion, Claude says to run this version, you need to install into your computer this required package. Okay, and you see here a line of code: pip install ttt bootstrap. Okay, don't be scared about this. What you need to do is a few simple steps. It means look on the right part. You need to go, if you are Windows especially, go in the down part of your of your desktop, write CMD comment, and then you will see this application that is embedded in all of the computers, and just click on it. Command prompt. You will see this kind of interface, like an old style command line interface. And in this interface, you just need to copy what Claude was suggesting to write. Okay, copy here. You see the copy option in Claude, and paste this kind of text there. Click enter, and the computer will automatically install this kind of package that is necessary to render the final output of your application. Okay, after that, remember that Claude generated in the artifact web page on the right code. But remember that you can download the code. You remember in the down part of the page there is a download arrow. Click on that. Download the application, and what you will find, well, you will find in your download folder in the computer a file, a software file. In this case, it's called to do app.py, which is a Python extension. All right, so click on it, and you will find this kind of interface. You just wrote, or Claude wrote for you, an entire application where you can write a task, you can write a description, you can define the due date, you can define the priority, you can add the task, and all of the tasks for your day will be listed on the right. You can delete, and so on. You can filter them. And this is just the beginning of an application that is fully working on your local computer and that you can share with the others. It's a software application. Of course, you can talk with Claude and you can say, hey, Claude, what about changing the colors? What about adding other features? Remember, each feature becomes the result of a conversation with a large language model. In this case, it's Claude. And Claude is actually very good at coding. He's one of the first choices of many developers out there. This example is important because it means that you are not limited to create software applications that need to run in your browser. You can download them. And once you actually install also Python, you can create any other kind of Python driven application. Python is very universal. You can do many things with Python. But to end our discussion today, what about creating a game? Okay, hey, Claude, create an interactive chess game. And I asked, implement also a basic level of artificial intelligence, letting the computer play against me. So I want to create a game that is running in the browser, in the artifact mode, and in the canvas side of Claude, but I want to be interactive so I can play against the computer. Look, in a couple of seconds, I will see in the artifact mode, this is a chessboard with very nice looking icons, and I can play. I can click. My side is the downside. I can click on that, and then I will wait for the moves of the computer. I can even ask to Claude, hey, what about changing the icons? Let's make them, I don't know, funnier and so on. And he actually converted the icons into emojis. And you can do any things. Remember, it's a matter of a conversation. A conversation that should be clear, that should be concise, that should be practical. But remember, all of the coding part is up to Claude. You can now focus on what you want to achieve. The moral of the story of this video appeal is that today, if you are an employee, if you are a sole entrepreneur, if you are working within a team, you're not going to create a mobile application production ready, because it's really important in that case to have an R&D team and talk with them to evaluate things like cybersecurity, user interface and user experience, and the best practices of design. There are many details that you really need to talk about with an expert. But you can use this tool to tinker with software development, to get familiar with software development, to create something like an MVP, a working application that you can use to showcase your business idea, or to automate some of your tasks. Remember, you can download your application and run it on your computer. So if you want to do something and you know the process, like you know the steps, you can ask Claude to automate that and create a software. This is the first, we can say, step. In the following future video appeals, we are going to cover more and more examples. So thanks as always for following me, and see you soon online at RBS Innovation Bites. Thank you.